The morning air in Kyiv on August 22, 2025 was thick with more than just the late summer humidity. It was heavy with the palpable tension of a city that has learned to live under the constant, looming shadow of war. Sirens had become a grim, familiar soundtrack to daily life, a stark reminder of the fragile peace that could be shattered at any moment. Yet amidst this backdrop, something extraordinary was unfolding. Inside the lead vehicle sat Jens Stoltenberg, solemn, determined. This was no routine mission. Zelensky greeted him in olive-drab fatigues, not a suit. Their handshake was firm, a beat longer than protocol, a grip that conveyed shared purpose. Presidential guards stood rigid at attention, young faces serious. They embodied Ukraine's fierce struggle for existence. No lengthy speeches, no fanfare that might draw eyes from the sky. Every movement precise, every glance meaningful, built to signal unyielding solidarity. The blue and yellow of Ukraine flying side by side with NATO's compass rose. The walk into the palace was a somber procession through historic halls, imperial grandeur, sandbags, and the stark realities on the ground. Once the public greetings concluded, the real work began behind the heavy, ornate doors of the palace's negotiating rooms. The agenda was packed, urgent. What comes next? President Zelensky and his top military advisors laid out the stark battlefield realities, presenting detailed assessments of new Russian offensives along the Eastern Front. They highlighted critical vulnerabilities and urgent needs: next-generation drone swarms, enhanced electronic warfare systems to jam enemy communications, a significant increase in long-range precision missiles, advanced air defenses to guard critical infrastructure. Conversations turned to speed, how to deliver faster, streamline logistical bottlenecks, ramp up joint production initiatives, pre-position stockpiles closer to the Ukrainian border, cutting delivery times from weeks to days. The goal, a seamless, non-stop flow of advanced weaponry to the front. Talks also ventured into future security guarantees, architects of a long-term compact, a formal bilateral pact to provide concrete assurances. Leaders stressed protecting critical infrastructure, especially the energy grid, ahead of winter. When the two leaders emerged for their joint press conference, the atmosphere had shifted. Today is a historic day. We are not asking for others to fight our war. We are asking for the tools to finish the job. Let me be clear. A victory for tyranny in Ukraine would be a tragedy for its people and a danger for us all. News cameras captured freshly arrived pallets of advanced military hardware, tangible proof of commitment. Stoltenberg announced a new comprehensive aid package, faster in greater numbers than ever before. When asked if this visit increased the risk of direct conflict between NATO and Russia, Zelensky replied plainly, "The risk is in inaction." The press conference was more than a summary, a performance of strategic communication. Every word was chosen to convey strength and unity. Their final message: this is not a culmination, but a new beginning, a deepening of a strategic partnership. It signaled plans for multi-year assistance and integration toward NATO standards. This high-stakes visit will send powerful shockwaves across the globe, Moscow, Beijing, and beyond, forcing strategic reassessments in capitals everywhere. For NATO members, especially Eastern flank states, this visit reaffirms the alliance's credibility. For Poland and the Baltic nations, it validates their concerns and hardline posture. In Beijing, strategists must reassess the costs of expansionist bets in light of a more energized West. This has implications for Taiwan and the South China Sea, a demonstration of deterrent capacity. By protecting grain exports, leaders appealed to countries harmed by the war's economic fallout, a direct argument about global food security. The narrative was framed as defense of international law and national sovereignty. This summit forces choices: stand with Ukraine, remain neutral, or drift toward isolation. As the NATO delegation departed Kyiv, the city buzzed with renewed hope and defiance. The immediate effect: a morale boost for Ukraine and a stark warning for Russia. Promises of faster advanced weaponry and a long-term security compact give Ukraine a clearer path to defend and reclaim territory. But the pledges must be translated into speed and volume. The true test will be deliveries and political will through winter. Pledges made in high-profile moments must survive domestic politics and bureaucratic inertia in dozens of capitals. The coming months will reveal the substance behind today's symbols. This day of high-stakes diplomacy carried promises of an unbreakable alliance, but it also raised the risk of miscalculation. The pieces have been moved, the declarations made. Now the world holds its breath. Was this the moment the tide truly turned? How will this visit shape the future of the war? Comment your thoughts below.